Hello, neighbor. You missed the Christmas caroling and the light show and the parade they made over on Main. Those kids were so cute. You should have seen them. So, I brought Christmas to you. Look. I have the piping bags and the icing and the candies and the platter and the gingerbread pieces and... You don't like gingerbread? Well, that doesn't matter. Everyone knows the whole point of making a gingerbread house is the decorating. And tasting all the goodies afterwards. You don't need to eat the gingerbread. There's cookies and chocolate and gummies and candy canes and... You don't like those either. I don't believe you. Which way's the kitchen? You don't have plans. You're wearing sweats and a shirt with more holes than your story. You don't like Christmas? You don't say. Look, I'm coming inside, neighbor. You might be taller than me, but either you step aside, or I'm going to go through you. I'm going to make you enjoy Christmas, even if it's the last thing I do. Thank you. Here we go. So we've got the gingerbread house pieces. I baked these myself. So, no sarcastic remarks from the peanut gallery, please. One of the walls turned out a bit wonky, but I think that'll just give it some character. Yeah, but that's not really the point, is it? It doesn't matter if the house lasts more than a few days. It's the experience of making it. And eating it. A gingerbread disaster? How dare you? This house is going to be beautiful. It's going to be so covered in candy that just looking at it will raise your blood sugar. By the time we're done, you'll be so full of sweetness. I bet I can even get a smile out of you. It's doubtful. Well, we'll just have to see about that, won't we? And if I win... Here, take this. Can you get all the candy set out? I brought bowls and plates, if you want to lay it all out and see what we're working with for decorations. We can get a lay of the land. Make a method out of our madness. Organize our plan of action. I'm going to keep going until you start moving. Of course there's a lot of candy. Haven't you ever made a gingerbread house before? You didn't answer. You have. Or you would have denied it immediately. Was the experience so awful that you immediately threw Christmas out the window and decided to fulfill your lifelong obsession of turning into Ebenezer Scrooge? Cruel, sugary torture? Wow, that's a new one, even for me. Are you done over there? Can you come hold these two walls together while I squirt icing everywhere? I'm not going to ruin your kitchen. Just come hold these. Even if you don't like Christmas, don't you enjoy creating things? And it's just the two of us here. No one's going to judge if our roof is crooked or if the gumdrops are lined up straight. Why would I want to use gumdrops? Because it's Traditional? Fine. What would you use on the roof, Smarty Pants? Oh. Yeah. I did bring those mini vanilla cookies. They would make great roof tiles if we overlap them. Huh. Look at you. Coming up with great candy decorating ideas. Oh, don't get sour. That was a great idea. And if we cut up some of that licorice, we could use it as bricks on the chimney. That would be cute. Of course there's a chimney. Here, can you hold the roof while I try to cement this down? Oops. That's a lot of frosting. Sorry. No, I'll get it later. I'll clean it up, I promise. Just don't let go of the roof. The whole thing could collapse. It's missing load-bearing walls. Yeah, it would be a shame, because then I'll have to go march on home and rebake this whole thing. If you don't think I won't come back tomorrow with an even bigger gingerbread house, you don't understand the levels of spite I will go through to stick it to you if you ruin this deliberately. I just need to put more icing over here. And over here too. And maybe here. Does that wall look like it's coming apart? Maybe I can. Oh. Who knew my grumpy neighbor had such a steady hand when it comes to frosting? It's a Christmas miracle. But seriously, you're a natural. The house is looking better already. Thank you. That's looking pretty good. I mean, the wonky wall is still wonky and the house is kind of crooked, but let's take a step back. It's made with a lot of love. And resentment, if we're including your contributions. No, it's not bad. It's got a bit of charm to it, don't you think? So, where should we start now? The gummy lifesavers would make great wreaths. Oh, or we can make some upside-down ice cream cone icing trees and sprinkle nerds on them, like tiny little Christmas lights. Or we have those chocolates that look like pebbles. They can make a nice path. Maybe we should do the roof first. That way, if the whole house collapses, at least we didn't spend hours on the whole thing. Well, you can't rush perfection. Hand me those mini cookies, will you? What? Oh, well, I was wishing you were more into Christmas and had hung some mistletoe in your house, because I really want to trick you under some of it and kiss you. And what I'm really thinking about is how happy I am that you finally made it out to a date with me. Well, what did you think all those invitations were for? I mean, I would have taken the hint, except you kept flirting with me. But then, there you'd go, refusing every time I asked you out. It's a good thing you're cute. Did you just rip apart 2 gummies, turn them into leaves, and ice 3 red M&Ms onto them? You're such a dork. I do believe I just won our bet. And I told you I'd cash it in. For what? Well, you went to all that trouble of finding some mistletoe for me. I think you can take a guess. Mm. Mm. You know, for someone so grumpy, you sure are good at kissing. Merry Christmas.